This was the expression of unhappiness and natural expression of angst and anger against a particular regime, particular government. What exactly happened is a mass upsurge and wave of movement. Spontaneity of this movement is something new, as these were not orchestrated by any political party in particular. Here, for the first time in our history, if I take one incident, Mohan Bagan, East Bengal Mohammedan, this the three arch rivals, they came on the street and they were protesting against one single cause. Mr. Sibbal is telling that UD case was filed at 147. So that is even more suspicious. Everybody was allowed to look at this body except for the father and mother of the girl. At 8:30, the body was cremated. Very recently, we came to know all the signatures were being done by some political leader of the locality, not by the parent. They are shielding the culprit, or if there are more than one perpetrator, if there are one or more than one criminal, they're trying to hide the identity. This is the cascade of events. What we are facing in the medical system here, in the medical administration here, is despicable. So this is just one punctuation in the whole saga. It is not the concluding point. It is not even the starting point. Rape was not the main offense here. Here, that girl was silenced. There was no political flag in it. Only the national tricolor was there. Only the doctor's white coat was there. Only this badge, Justice for Abhay, was there. Nothing else. And now all the political parties have suddenly realized that, oh, this is a great opportunity to jump in. Being the health minister, she is protesting against the health administration. Being the home minister, she is protesting against the police administration. She is the police minister herself, and she is doing rally against her own government. Or we are really confused. Her role could have been different.
Hello and welcome to HT's weekly talk show, The Interview. August 9, 2024 will remain etched in memory for a long time. That night, a young trainee doctor was allegedly raped and murdered in a hospital where she was posted to treat patients. The details are gruesome, the aftermath shocking. There is a cover-up attempt, there is victim shaming, and there is evidence tampering. Equally, there were efforts to shield those in power. The white coat saviors, namely the doctors, took to the streets in Kolkata. They were supported by hundreds of men and women in the state and across the nation. They were fighting for justice. They were demanding safety in hospitals, and they were flagging the rot within. If one placard read, "Hang the rapist," another demanded safety for women. The city of joy that was once Kolkata is now shamed. There are many versions to what could have happened and why the once credible hospital has come to this, where one of its own is unsafe, where those in charge are under the scanner, and where a murder is palmed off as suicide. We have with us Dr. Koushik Lahiri, founding Vice President and currently advisor of West Bengal Doctor Forum, to speak to us and take us through the different layers of the murky goings-on and the role of the state government, if any, in shielding the guilty. Dr. Koushik Lahiri in this edition of HD's weekly talk show, The Interview. Welcome to the show, Dr. Koushik Lahiri, and thank you for being here with us.
Thank you, madam, for having me in your show. Thank you very much.
The obvious question, 3 weeks after the incident, where are we?
Yeah, precisely at the crossroad, actually. This was the expression of unhappiness and natural expression of angst and anger against a particular regime, particular government. since it came to power in 2011, and more importantly, that strengthened its position in recent parliamentary election. But what exactly happened is a mass upsurge and wave of movement. Spontaneity of this movement is something new, as these were not orchestrated by any political party in particular. But now, after 3 weeks, it is touching some political chord, and some colors are being added to it. So now it is interesting to see how it evolves in the next few days and few weeks from now on.
You know, the march to the state secretariat and the clash between protesters and the police, how do you see this unfolding?
Yeah, there was a backdrop of this incident because this never happened. Like on the 8th and 9th is not exactly the beginning or end point of the whole saga. It was just a punctuation. So whatever happened over the last several years, starting from Sarada, Narada, and many other scams here, and many other like indiscriminate corruption in unbelievable level of corruption in every sphere of life. So health was just one facet. We are representing the doctors community, and we are concerned and focused on the health issues here. So here everything was being controlled by one lobby. So that is how the doctors community, after this incident, they felt definitely upset. And this is just not one incident against the violence against doctors, but what happened recently, going a mass rally to the secretariat and all this. This is little shifting the focus from the justice for Avaya case. We always wanted to focus on this particular case in which happened on the 8th and 9th of August.
Do you see the situation getting from bad to worse, or is it losing steam with doctors going back to work?
No, I'll check it from another angle. I'll not be judgmental that it is losing steam, because the biggest strength and also weakness of this particular movement, that it was apolitical. It was without any political color to start with. You know that Bengal and Kolkata in particular was always politically divided, and we love to debate on any topic in particular. And this, you know about the argumentative Indian, but it's argumentative Bengali as always we call it. But here, for the first time in our history, if I take one incident, Mohan Bagan is Bengal Mohammedan. This three club, the three arch rivals, they came on the street and they were protesting against one single cause. So it never happened. So from that unity on the 14th night, that unity, now the political colors are getting touched on this movement. So there, as doctors community, we are a little concerned about this. After this incident, many political top shots and the persons who are influencing the health related matters here were there in the place of occurrence. Mr. Kapil Sibbal, for no reason, is defending the state government in the apex court. So who exactly they are defending? Are they defending a criminal? Are they defending the supporters of that crime? Or are they defending the the parents of this unfortunate victim? We absolutely very confused who exactly Mr. Sibal and his team is defending.
I'm going to come to the politics of it a little later, but let us go back to that tragic, horrific night. What were the loopholes? What went wrong? The cover up, the conspiracy, and the victim shaming. Even at the cost of repeating yourself, will you take me through those events?
It is very painful for any one of us, not just as a doctor, but as a father of a girl child. Also, it is very painful. It is shameful to discuss what exactly happened. A lady, a 31-year-old lady who was a PGT or postgraduate trainee in the Department of Chest of Pulmonology in Ajikar Hospital. And she was found in a horrific condition, obviously raped and murdered, on the 9th of August. And after that, what happened is baffling. Absolutely, absolutely is unbelievable. At about 10:10, the Tala police station was informed that someone in unconscious in Ajikar hospital. Now, this is this question mark, unconscious. Who is reporting this? A doctor? Whoever is looking at this body can tell this is not an unconscious body, but this is a dead body. But still, the Tala police was informed there's an unconscious body is lying there. At 10:50, someone, and they introduced himself as the deputy super, called the father of the deceased to inform that his daughter has committed suicide. By that time, they already knew that this is not a case of suicide. So this is absolutely, absolutely unthinkable. And at 11:30, one GD was filed, and now this is again under confusion because the Chief Justice asked whether this was an UD case. What is an UD case? Unnatural death. Unnatural death means an unclaimed body. Suppose there's a train accident or a accident like a road traffic accident, a body which is unclaimed. Nobody knew the identity of the body. In those cases, the police files an UD case. The UD case was filed here. Mr. Sibbal is telling that UD case was filed at 1:47. So that is even more suspicious. Why at 1:47 the UD case was filed? The parents were informed of them, and they were sitting there for 3 hours for no reason. Everybody was allowed to look at this body except for the father and mother of the girl. Between 6:10 to 7:10, the post-mortem was done. And this is, again, post-mortem after sunset really being done after 2023. It is in the rule. You can do that in a government setup, in a proper setup. You have the facilities. But usually, if you ask any senior doctors, if you ask any lawyer, this is not the norm. After sunset, post-mortem is usually not done. At 8:30, the body was cremated. Very recently, we came to know all the signatures were being done by some political leader of the locality, not by the parent. And even more dangerous and unbelievable is the FIR was lodged after the post-mortem was done. That was 11:45. This is recorded in the court, in the apex court. So these are unbelievable lapses. And next morning, what happened? A drama, we have never seen this kind of like a dramatization, even in any web series or any film. The principal, he resigned verbally from his post and also from the service. And he told on camera, he told that I'm leaving my government service. And he commented one, we don't know whether this is a Freudian slip or not, that I have tried to save her, but this was inevitable. So why exactly the principal, who is a father figure of the organization, the Ajikar Medical College, told this? Then, within a few hours, he was awarded with a prize posting. He was reinstated, and within hours in another medical college as a principal. So all are tainted, like all these persons who are involved in this are unfortunately not above suspicion. So this is something very, very unfortunate incident, one after another, the missteps by the administration and I dare say the police administration as well.
Mistake or conspiracy?
Both. It is not a mistake, it is actually a conspiracy. Suppose there is a theft or a crime in any area of any civilized world. So what the administration should do, they should nab the culprit and hand him over to the police. Here, what exactly happened? They are shielding the culprit, or if there are more than one perpetrator, if there are one or more than one criminal, they're trying to hide the identity. And the person who are hiding, supporting, are actually sitting there in the administration itself. So this is what is baffling. This is what is absolutely unacceptable.
You spoke about the Freudian slip. I tried to save her. What are you hinting at?
We really don't know. The person who told this will be able to tell that, because This particular person, I don't want to utter his name, because we don't consider him as a person from our community. We don't consider him as a doctor. His organization has thrown him out, the his orthopedic association. This is not the first time. In 2021, there was a huge mass movement in his own institute, and he just walked on the students, the protesting students, the demonstrating students. They were on a hunger strike, and they were protesting against several other irregularities in their medical college. And the principal, being a father figure, he just walked on the protesting student, and he ran for 3 kilometers. The students chased him, and they shouted at him, and finally the police rescued this person.
But coming back again to the Freudian slip, when he said, I tried to save her, does it indicate that he was there, or when he was called, she was alive?
We really don't know. These are all in front of the police to investigate, the CBI to investigate, and the court to look at. And only we can tell that this person, and after knowing everything, he not only tried to protect the perpetrators, but he called the persons who has no connection with this case. The medical council chief, the others, and his lawyer, and his friend from another medical college, they were all called, and they were walking in the same seminar room, and they were touching everything, and the fingerprints have been found. So this is a mockery of justice, because they are absolutely the evidence. If the evidence is tampered, so you know what happens. And the person in charge is the principal himself, and he's telling, I tried to save her. What exactly you mean by you tried to save her? Because you knew something is going to happen on this lady, and it was inevitable. The next sentence was, it was inevitable. What exactly you mean? Because you knew that this is a planful murder. So these are the questions in front of the judge and in front of the investigating authorities.
Let me ask you, why the hush-up operation, as your forum describes the cover-up, and who is protecting whom and why?
Now, this hush-up operation is not only for this particular criminal offense. This is just an eruption of, I dare say, a volcano, or from medical terminology, if a carbuncle or a furuncle or a huge cyst full of pus that just erupted on all our face. We always knew, we are always telling for last several years, this indiscriminate corruption is going on in the health sector, and be it the medical education system. And if you are close to the persons who are powerful, you will get wonderful result. You will get 75%, 80%. So the same persons are involved here, and here we call them North Bengal lobby. And they are not exactly from North Bengal, but for some unknown reason, one or two must have been passed from that medical college. They are controlling everything. So this is the cascade of events. What we are facing in the medical system here, in the medical administration here, is despicable. So this is just one punctuation in the whole saga. It is not the concluding point. It is not even the starting point.
Let me ask you, what are the protests about? Are they about the crime? Are they about justice? Are they about doctors' safety? Or are they about a corrupt system?
Thank you for asking this question. Actually, what happened that day in Supreme Court, and when the matter started, Honorable Chief Justice, after hearing the case for 17 or 18 minutes, he started telling that this is a horrific incident on the safety of doctors, and there's a horrific incident of violence against doctors. Very politely, we can tell that this is not just a case of violence against doctors. We have hundreds of cases of violence against doctors. Can you just stop the violence against doctors in any part of this in the whole country? You cannot. But this particular incident was not exactly merely a case of violence against a doctor. This was a conspiracy. This was absolutely a planned murder. Rape was not the main offense here. Here, that girl was silenced. So here, the issue is not only a violence against doctor or even the murder of a doctor in the workplace. This is actually committed with a reason behind the murder. The act of extreme fascism. It is a case of perversion of safety. It's a well-planned murder. So that is where we are extremely upset, extremely upset.
So, from what you're saying and what I understand, she knew too much, and hence, as you said, she was silenced.
Absolutely. So she always tried to share what exactly she is facing. But I'm telling you, she is not the only one. There are many other young doctors, many other senior doctors. They are also exposed to the same kind of offenses, same kind of wrongdoing, same kind of misappropriation, everything. And most of them are silence. And now silence is also violence. That is what exactly happened. This girl tried to break her silence. So the political tentacle of the principle has to be traced. So that is important. The way the heinous act was committed is not at all a murder or violence of our honor, but it is an act of definitely terrorism. It is definite political, financial goals behind it.
So, Dr. Lahiri, let me ask you, how deep is the rot and how a credible hospital like RG become so tainted?
Now, whenever the name of Ajikar is coming, it is coming for all the wrong things. It was a great, great medical college, one of the top 50 medical colleges of our country. So, whatever is happening, the administration, the government in power, they are squarely responsible. West Bengal Doctors Forum, and also the joint platform of doctors. We are working at the conscience, we are working as the whistleblower. We are telling everyone, so look here, the problem lies. So every moment, like whatever is there in the public domain, you know about the all kinds of corruption regarding the biomedical waste. You know about the corruption regarding the corpse, the dead body. You know about the corruption regarding the like who will get the kiosk or the restaurant in the hospital. You name it, you'll have it. And every moment, if you give some money, you will pass. If you do not give, you will not pass. And you can take your mobile, you can take your like a book in the examination hall. So all these are being allowed, and we are creating a generation of medical students who are actually like they just serve the leaders, they serve the people in position, and they get their degree. And I'm sure the most of the junior doctors, they are also not comfortable, so they are now coming out, they are hitting the street, and they are raising their voice.
What about the nexus between the state and corrupt hospital lobby? Are these mere allegations? And how dubious has been the role of the state government?
From day one, they try to protect. Otherwise, this person, in spite of being engaged in all kinds of corruption, whenever there was some protest, he was taken from that post to another medical college within hours. And even after this horrific incident, immediately he was transferred to another medical college. He was not suspended, he was not told to go on leave, he was not arrested. He was just given another medical college post. Why this man is so important? And why do you need a Kapil Sibal, and why do you need 21 other lawyers to protect this person? Who exactly they are hiding? Because there must be some nexus between the administrator, between the political leaders, between the goons, between the person who are involved in the whole thing, and also this person who is being nabbed by CBI.
So, let me ask you again, how dubious is the role of the state government?
Bengal was never like this. It is always very safe. The Kolkata, our city of joy, is very safe. Even it's not like our capital, Delhi. Kolkata is much, much safer than any other places in the whole of India. So what is happening this time is absolutely unacceptable. And the administration, the government, the power, the people, the party in power, they should take the responsibility.
Before I ask you to decode the political angle, let me ask you about the doctor's demand for removal of regressive and defamatory clauses in the state government's Ratri Shati program, including reducing night duties for women doctors.
That is unbelievable. Suppose a lady pilot, can he tell that I'm entering the airspace of Bengal, so I'll not be able to fly the aircraft any further because I'm a lady? Can you tell this to a midwife who is supposed to do the delivery at night in the furthest corner of the state that no, this is 12:30 at night and I'll not be able to attend because I'm a lady? Can you tell this to any doctor, any police officer, anyone in profession, your maid servant who's supposed to travel 30 kilometers by taking a local train? Can she tell that I'll not be able to attend to your duties because I'm a lady? Can you tell this to a vendor, to a person who is selling for her livelihood, that you are a lady, you are not supposed to go out in this to 2024? Is this proper, madam? This is absolutely unthinkable when you have a lady as our leader. We have elected her to power. And being a lady, she is telling after 10 or after sundown, it is not proper for a lady to go out. This is not 17th century or 16th century. We are deeply aggrieved, we are hurt, and we are ashamed. This is not acceptable, and I'm sure no self-respecting lady, no self-respecting male, no self-respecting citizen will ever accept this.
You know, clearly the movement is getting politicized because till the doctors led the protests, there was no demand for Mamata Banerjee's resignation.
Yes, actually, as we are from the doctors community, we have some different set of demands, and so like arresting all and everyone directly or indirectly responsible for the rape and murder to Abhaya, and identify and punish everyone who are responsible for the large scale hush up of the incidents. Identify the political masters. We are not naming any particular person. So, vandalism on Ajikar, who told you to do that on 14th night? Who told you to tamper all the evidence? Who invited you to go to the place of occurrence and tamper all the evidences? So, these are the questions we are asking. And I'm sure the Honorable Supreme Court will ask the same questions. And we are asking who exactly Mr. Sibal and the other 20 lawyers are defending. So we are not at all interested about any political demands or what is being happening right now.
What about the demand for Mamata Banerjee's resignation, and would a change of guard, meaning the state government, help the cause?
I'm not a political person to answer this question. You should ask this to a politician who are very eager to take this opportunity and hitting the iron when it is hot, and they think that this is the right moment to jump into this. The biggest strength of this movement is it is apolitical, because there was no political flag in it. Only the national tricolor was there. Only the doctor's white coat was there. Only this badge, Justice for Avaya, was there. Nothing else. And now all the political parties have suddenly realized that, oh, this is a great opportunity to jump in. So why not do this? So if they join hand and do something great for the cause, for the justice of Abhaya, we welcome. If they join hand and do something great for the society in particular and for the doctor's safety, we are always there. We are always telling this. But if they are eager to like get some brownie points, some brownie political points, we're not interested about this. We are concerned about our patient safety. We are concerned about our colleagues' safety. We are concerned about indiscriminate corruption, which is happening here in Bengal, in all sphere, particularly in the health sector.
Yes, but don't you see now, with the BJP jumping in, it's becoming a BJP versus the Trinamool Congress. And in that sense, what began as a doctors' movement is getting hijacked by political parties.
Exactly. You took the words from my lip. Actually, this binary we don't want to enter at all because we are doctor. We have no comments on the political ramification, and whatever is happening is not exactly for the interest of the people at large. But this binary, this Trinamool and BJP and left and everything. So this is diluting the focus from the main issue. But I'm sure the general public is well aware of this, and also the doctors community. We are absolutely focused on the main issues.
Equally, isn't it true that the organic proportion of the protest has been decreasing, the political bit enlarging its footprint? In fact, the initial people versus political ratio of 70-30 is now 30-70. The doctors have gone back home and the politicians have taken to the streets.
You're absolutely correct. If we go back in time, like when it started on the 5th, there was a political unrest and there was a mass revolution in Bangladesh, and the person who was in power was thrown away by a helicopter. She had to be taken to India. So within 3 days, this incident happened, and there was a mass unrest. Everybody started to equate this with the Bangladesh happening because the geographic very closeness with Bangladesh as well. So what started as a spontaneous, organic kind of movement involving everyone from the community, the male, female, the LGBT, everyone were on the street. They reclaimed the night movement, and everyone was so upset. And the Mohan Bagan East Bengal, the match was cancelled. There was no reason for the match to be cancelled because everyone was for justice for Abhaya. And everyone, the Mohan Bagan East Bengal supporter, lakhs of supporter, they join hands with their flags together, and the Mohammedan sporting supporter join hands with the flag together. The march on the street. The police was stunned. Not only the police, the political administration, they were stunned. Not only the political administration, all the political parties, because they felt so irrelevant. They the FOMO kind of thing, the feeling of thrown out of this whole situation. So then they tried to take charge of this. Now what is being happened is absolutely as per the script. That now, if you go back to mathematics formula, now it is in the formula, in the curriculum of any political leader, be it Trinamool or BJP. They are very comfortable with this kind of binary. But what happened to Avaya? What happened to the perpetrators? How Avaya will get justice? How exactly then real culprits will be nabbed? How exactly will expose the whole what should I the mountain of all wrongdoings, all the corruptions? So how exactly we can stop the hush up operation? That should be our main goal. I'm not at
Yes.
all interested about the political binary.
You know, the political footprint is clearly visible. Isn't that a setback? And how do the doctors intend to check this?
It is not exactly a setback because everyone in a democratic country has the right to protest and to share their views. It is absolutely nothing wrong, be it political or apolitical. We, from the doctors community, the way we are looking at, and a person from another community, they have the right to look at it. But there should not be any ulterior motive. There should the motive the aim should be to betterment of the society. And if their aim is something different, any political angle, so we are sorry, we're not interested about that. So let the political party do their job. We are also concentrating on our job.
Also, with Pujo around the corner, will the movement sustain or die a natural death?
That's a very interesting question, madam, because the public memory is very short. Like nobody killed Arushi, nobody killed Nirvaya. There was nothing happened with several other incidents. We forgot what happened in 2G, 3G. We forgot what happened in Bofus. So public memory is unfortunately very short. Whenever new incidents comes, a new issue comes, we love to forget the old issue. And I'll not be surprised, I'll be sad definitely, that suppose during the puja celebration, if someone asks, what exactly happened in Arjikar? What was the name of that medical college? What was the name of that girl? Abhaya, Nirbhaya, Tilottama? So that is the end point of this. So we forgot, like just a few days back, there was a rape and murder in Uttarakhand. We forgot that there was a heinous crime in Hathras. There was a extremely unfortunate death in I think in Maharashtra. And there was a mass upsurge. Within 7 days, everybody forgot because, and you have several other incidences here: the Kamduni, the Sandesh Khali, the Bog Tui, the all the scams, the Sarada, Narada. We even forgot what exactly happened. So this issue also, once another political or apolitical big issue comes, we'll stop discussing. You will not take my interview. I'll go back to my uh, office, my chamber, and this news will gradually shift from the first page to the second, to third, to fourth, and then it'll just evaporate.
So, isn't that a challenge and, in one sense, a setback to the cause?
It is a challenge, and still I'm not ready to call it as a setback because we are in the process. The situation is very fluid, and if you are here on 14th night, you could see what exactly is happening. You could feel the pulse of the people. Everybody was asking for the justice. I'm sure it will not go in vain.
You know, while Mamata Banerjee is in the eye of a storm, what is your take on her role and leading a rally asking for capital punishment for the accused?
She's a very, very matured politician, and she is in the political domain for last many decades, and she knew exactly what is needed to be done to protect her own interest and protect her own party. What she thought is needed, she did it. And from the doctors community, we may have our other view, but I'm not here to criticize or support any particular political party. I'm sorry, because at this moment she might have come to power just 2 years back and strengthened her position just a few months back. But if you just take the public opinion here, you will notice the same persons who have voted for her is now criticizing her role here in this. And I'm sure she could have done much better here. And from the day one, she is telling, I'm for the lady. And after that, what she told, that I'm giving 10 lakh rupees, and being the health minister, she is protesting against the health administration. Being the home minister, she is protesting against the police administration. She is the police minister herself, and she is doing rally against her own government. Or we are really confused because this is not exactly the role of a mother figure or a person who is respected by all, and people votes for her here, and her role could have been different here.
Before we wind up, let me ask you, what do you see as the strength and weaknesses of this movement?
Just one sentence I can tell: the strength and weakness, both this movement is apolitical. The if the strength was the apolitical thing itself, because people from all caste and creed and religion and political belief join hands to make this movement a huge, unbelievable, like astronomical magnitude. But the weaknesses, this movement is also ridiculous, because there was no political, matured political brain behind this movement. What exactly happened in Bangladesh? They had a political support behind it, and that is why it has to be done. But here, there's no political, mature political leadership for this. So that is the precisely the weakness and strength of this movement.
When you say political leadership, are you talking of political party support?
I'm not a sociologist. I'm not a person from the political sphere, so I'll not be able to answer this. But I can tell you this is my diagnosis as a physician.
Finally, on safety of doctors, what should be done to ensure that this does not remain a mere talking point? And protests never bring optimum results. So, what is the best one can hope for once tempers cool?
So that is, I think, the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court already has said the task force. We are looking at it, and we have all the respect for the apex court. But again, this is not merely a case of violence against doctor, but if it starts a mass movement and if it starts a cascading effect on the administration and the complete change of mindset of the government in power, be it in the state or at the union level, that will be the best thing. And this particular incident will not be forgotten, because the way we are looking at the safety of a doctor, not only a lady doctor but a male doctor as well, will be changed forever, ever.
Dr. Lahiri, thank you very much. Thank you for your time, and thank you for decoding such a complex issue and taking us through the events on that horrible night.
Thank you, Ms. Chadha, for having me on your show. Thank you very much.